Hi sewing friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about sewing blouses in April, a fantastic sewing challenge with great prizes to win, and I need your help. So let's get chatting. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Polly and this is the Sewing Edit, where we talk all about sewing and styling tips about our handmade wardrobe. So if you're interested, I would love you if you decide to subscribe and give me a like if you think that I deserve it by the end of the video. Okay, well, I will start the video with what I'm wearing today, and it's a very funny thing. I have to show it to you. So if you have watched my video from my previous videos with my spring sewing plans, you probably know that I was planning to make this top from this ripped jersey that I finally managed to do it yesterday. But look what I did. I have to leave my coffee. This is a ready to wear jacket that I love. And this is my new shirt. Isn't that funny? Well, this is what happens when you're sewing something very fast, like me, and you choose to decide to shorten both sleeves, and eventually, after you've sewn the whole thing, you realize that you've shortened only one sleeve and the other one is still long. So, I need you to tell me, what do you think I should do with this top? Do I need to cut this sleeve to that length, or shall I add that length to this sleeve? What do you think? I kind of like both, but to be honest, I was at some point even thinking maybe I should leave it as it is, but it's a bit funny. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? So what do you think? I mean, I quite like it, the overall top. It's the basic instinct tee, but with a longer sleeve. That's all I've done. That's what I was planning to do. One important thing that I actually did change. I was planning to put a dark black ribbing, and I chose not to do it. And I want to say why I didn't do it, because I think it might be a lot of useful information for some people. When you put very dark color here, you create a very harsh border between your skin and your garment, and I didn't want to create that. Sometimes some people like the contrast, but I wanted something classic and not too shocking against my body, against my skin. So this is what I did with this top, and I quite like it. I put knit interfacing on my neckband, and it's beautiful. I love it. And if you have watched one of my very short videos about how to construct a flat neckband, I would highly encourage you to do it, because when you do this method that I am sharing there, you always have success. I think you will. So go and check it out. Maybe it will be helpful to you. Moving on to another topic. Last week, I was very grateful and sharing with you that I am at 100 subscribers, and I was very, very happy that there were 100 people who chose to watch my videos. Anyway, still thank you very much, but it blows my mind that our tribe here on this channel is going so fast. I'm already at 400 friends who choose to spend some time every week with me. Thank you very much. And a special shout out to Kristen from Dahlia Society, who mentioned my channel on her channel. She is not only incredibly kind and a beautiful person, but she's a fantastic sewing vlogger, who I think you should go and check out. She sews beautiful garments. She makes pattern reviews, pattern updates. She also does sew-alongs. So I will put her channel down below, and I would strongly encourage you to go and check her channel. It's really a wealth of information, and I think you'll all enjoy it. So go and check it out. Okay, well, today we're talking about sewing blouses and a sewing challenge which I will take part of, and I strongly encourage you guys to do the same. This challenge is called Sew April Blouse, It is created by Kristen, by Dahlia Society, and the Cloth Edit, which is an Australian online sewing shop. I went there and I was like blown away by the beautiful fabrics Gabrielle has, and also she has a collection of beautiful indie pattern designers which you can choose from. And there the Gabrielle from Cloth Edit and Kristen from the Dahlia Society are organizing this challenge, and when I saw it I jumped on it immediately, which basically the reason why I did it is because I absolutely love the concept, and I support the sewing something that I will wear immediately, because if you know me so far, you know that I sew garments which I wear immediately, and I would like to continue to do that. Now, blouses, who doesn't need a blouse in the springtime or in the autumn time? It's a separate that goes with so many different clothes. So what fundamentally I like about blouses, they're very versatile and they're very practical, and it's a separate that you can mix and match with other clothes all the time. So I had to jump on it immediately. Well, guess what? When I decided that I will participate in the challenge, my mind started running wild and thinking, what kind of blouse am I going to make? Which pattern am I going to use? And I was a bit overwhelmed with the choice that came to my head. So that is the reason why I decided to involve you guys and to ask you for some help. Hopefully I will share with you today some patterns that I have chosen to sew, and the idea is that I will show you what I'm planning to sew. You will comment down below and tell me which pattern do you think I should sew. And when you choose this pattern, when we choose the pattern eventually after a few days, I will tell you the timeline further down in the video. I will also eventually style this blouse once it's sewn, and hopefully that will give you inspiration on what kind of blouse you can sew for yourself, and give you different variety of blouse interpretation that I came up with, which might be useful for your choice, and hopefully that you join this challenge as well. The challenge runs from 4th of April. I'm already recording it at a later date. So goes all the way throughout the whole of April until 1st of May. It's actually a challenge that you can participate on Instagram with the hashtag #SewAprilBlouse. I will put it down below so you can see it. You can create your make and tag Dahlia Society and Cloth Edit on Instagram, and that way you can participate in the challenge and win some prizes, which I encourage you to go and check out which are these prizes on the Kristen channel. But you also can go and participate in a giveaway that Kristen is doing on her channel by you commenting on her last week video. So go and do that. There are basically two things that are happening with this challenge, and I think it's a great initiative from the girls. So go and check it out. Okay, let me run you through the patterns that I have chosen for this challenge, and then I will explain to you what are my conditions and what is the timeline I'm looking at for creating my own blouse, and how you can get involved in it and hopefully get inspired and sew something for yourself. I forgot to mention earlier that this challenge, the only condition for the challenge is that you sew a blouse based on your own interpretation with a woven fabric. That's the only condition you have for sewing the blouse in April, of course, with a timeline of 4th of April until 1st of May. So I came up with, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think choices that I have here that I've written, and the reason why I have so many different choices is because, as I said, it's your own interpretation of what actually a blouse is, and you can choose what to make. It can be a button down, it can be a beautiful drapey blouse without a button down, closed front. It's up to you. I will give you some inspiration here, and some of these patterns I have sewn, some of them I haven't sewn. It's something that I would gladly, every single pattern that I'm choosing right now is something that I will gladly sew again. So it's up to you to choose what do you want me to sew, and what do you want how do you want me to style this product. Maybe I will choose how I style it, but it's basically you making the choice for me on the blouse that I will sew. So let's get started with the first pattern. The first pattern that I have for you is McCall's 8042. It's a Mia top from a Spring 2020 collection, I believe. I have made all the views, I believe, last year, and I can tell you that it's a beautiful design. It has a dolman sleeve. I will pop a picture of the line drawing so you can see, but it has dolman sleeve and a gathered string gathered neckline. It's very flattering. It looks very, very nice. I personally didn't think that it has excessive ease. I found the design very nice and with a reasonable ease when I sewed it last year, and I would gladly sew it again. So this is my first choice. The second choice for a blouse that I had in mind is the Simplicity 8215. It's a pattern that I've had for a while, and I've always wanted to sew. In all honesty, in my stash I don't really have lace, but I do like the fact that you can combine lace with a drapey fabric. I saw Kristen did one of her blouses in last week's video, and I was so inspired. I really would love to sew something like this. I haven't sewn it, but this is another choice. Next choice is a Victoria blouse from Fiber Moon. I have been thinking about this one for quite some time. I haven't sewn it. It's a Victoria top, but in all honesty, in my books, this is a blouse. You can make it, once again, you can make it in a drapey fabric or a light cotton, and I really like it in white as well. So I haven't sewn it, but I've seen quite a lot of people sew it on Instagram. So this is another pattern that I would be very interested to sew. Moving on to the recently bought pattern by me, by Style Art Melody top. This is a top that I'm actually already have cut out the pattern and ready to cut into my fabric, but the fabric I'm using is the navy with white stripes knit that I was talking about in my spring sewing plans. So that is definitely happening, but if you want to see it in a drapey fabric, I would be happy to sew this pattern again. I will pop a picture so you can see. It's a beautiful, very clean design with simple V-neck and a collar. I think it's a very easy to sew, I assume. I haven't sewn it yet, but I think it looks very easy to sew. So this is another pattern. Number 5 as a choice is rather unusual, people would say, but it's a wrap top from a Russian brand that I mentioned that I have talked about before, and it's a Vicky Sews. I think the pattern name is, I can't remember. I will put a picture on it so you can see it. I have sewn this pattern before with white broderie fabric, and it's beautiful. It's not difficult to sew, and I learned something new with I remember finishing the binding on the wrap top around the neck. It was done with the ribbon, I believe, and it was lovely because I didn't really need to do any adjustments to the top. It was based on my height and my measurements, bust, hip, and waist. So I would be interested to sew that again. I think in a drapey fabric can have a totally different look, and it will be beautiful. So just an inspiration maybe for you to why not sew a wrap top for your blouse in April. Just have a think about it. This one is really great choice. Another choice that I have decided to include in this video is the Melody Dolman shirt by Love Notions. It's a button-down camp type shirt that with a grown-on sleeve. I have sewn it. It's very easy to sew, and you can achieve beautiful different looks with different type of fabric. So I have included in this list suggestion, sewing pattern list suggestion here, because I really think you can create something beautiful out of this unusual for a blouse suggestion. So have a look at it. It is made for a woven fabric. It's very easy to fit, and it sews in no time. This top is incredibly versatile. I have styled it in many different ways. It has a oval hem line. You can choose not to do it, of course, but it is so versatile, and I wore it to death last spring and summer. So I would highly recommend it to give it a go, at least for yourself. If you want me to sew it again, I will do gladly so. And the final choice for suggestion for sewing a blouse in April for me would be from the latest Burda from April 2021 edition, and it's this blouse. I don't know if you can see it well here. It has a beautiful V-neck with a few buttons, and then a loose, a high waist, and then loose top. I think it caught my eye. I don't think it's difficult to sew, and you can sew it with viscose and other lightweight fabrics. So that is something that I don't have in my wardrobe, and I'll be very happy to sew. So if you choose, you can cast your vote on in the comments below. I knew I will forget something, and this is, I have yet another choice for sewing pattern for a blouse in April, and this is the Norma blouse by Fiber Mood. It's a very popular design. I will put a picture of line drawings here so you can see it. It's a button down with a beautiful V-neck without the collar, with lovely puff sleeves. I haven't sewn it, and it's been on my to-do list for quite some time. So here it is. It's also included in the choice that you could make for me sewing the next blouse in April. And that's it. These are the suggestions that I have. I will pop on the screen now all the suggestions so you can see for which one you can vote. It will be great if you tell me as well, why do you choose me to sew this pattern. The whole idea is that you get inspired by this, and also if you're curious how would certain top look with a look on me and how I would style it, this is your chance of casting your vote. In terms of fabric, I will not share the fabric. I think I'm prepared. I have such a huge stash that I think I will find something for any choice that you make. And what I'm planning to do in terms of a timeline for this proposal here is that I'm planning to, this video should go live on Thursday, and you will have time to comment on which blouse I should choose between 8th and 14th of April. 14th of April, I will put it as a closing time, 8 p.m. Amsterdam time. I will put it in the description down below so you would know. And I will then on the following day, I will make a short video with which is the pattern that I will sew based on your comments, and also I will share with you what is the fabric I've chosen and what are the notions that will go with this fabric. I would love to do a sew along, but I don't think I'll have time because I'm currently preparing for sew along for Ole's shirt. So I will just do a brief description of the pattern, go a little bit more into detail, and how am I going to approach the blouse. So just bear that in mind. And then I will reveal the top on 29th of April with styling the shirt and telling you a little bit more about the experience. Of course, posting it on Instagram and participating myself in the challenge. So this is the plan for Sew April Blouse Challenge. I really hope that you also join the challenge. I think it's a great practical choice for sewing a garment, and I think there is so much choice. I hope my suggestions here are just giving you a little bit of a shake up in your head to come up with your own interpretation. You don't really need to go and buy these particular patterns that I have. Maybe if you have something similar, you can sew it yourself, and I can't wait to see your makes in Instagram. So let's join forces and let's sew something practical and beautiful that we'll wear. And with this, I will leave you from the not very sunny Netherlands. And I hope to see you next week with a short video on the blouse choice. Until next time, bye!